And quite honestly, I don't know if I see this island really going somewhere. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute since I gave you an actual update and therefore a nice little overview over the islands and aesthetics that I'm currently working on. Plus, I may actually need to talk to you about something. So here we are today. Quick explanation because I do tend to get questions about this a lot. You can only have one island per switch and you do need to delete it to start like a new one. In my case, I have acquired 3 switches over the years, and because my Twitch community surprised me with an OLED for my birthday this year, I'm now actually up to 4 switches, aka 4 islands at the same time. So now, without further ado, let me show you those and I will tell you my plans at the end. I will start with the island that I've had the longest that a lot of you probably know very well. My Let's Play island, Callan. Callan is supposed to be a romantic coastal retreat with white, blue, and pink as the main colors. All the villagers moved onto this island because they needed a break from the hectic world and have reconnected with their passions now. We have been working on this island in the Let's Play series, which is still ongoing and it's currently at episode 94. We still have a bit left to go actually. So far we've worked on the entrance, which turned into a bit of a bridgecore moment and includes the campsite as well as some other tents over to the side. Gala owns a little flower store and farm by the peninsula, and she already got a full house makeover as well. From her house, you can then walk up to my own house, which we plan to turn into like a mix between a spa and community center, and so far only the outside and the main room have been decorated. From here, you can also get to this little viewing platform next to my house, which is overlooking a lake trail that we just recently started working on. If you continue along the path in front of my house, it will then lead you to Flurry and Tutu, who live on the left side of the lake and will own a little cafe together in the future. And following the lake trail, you will also encounter T-Bone's house over to the right-hand side. From here, the path isn't fully established, so if we head back to the start of the lake, we'll then go left, which leads us to a farm that Alice takes care of. Alice is actually part of a neighborhood, including her, Daisy, Daly, and Pate. And while the ideas for each villager and their front yards are there, I haven't actually worked on them too much just yet. And this is also where all of the unfinished areas kind of really start. From the neighborhood, you can go up to a cliff that is supposed to serve as a calm lookout spot for a future rock garden, and lead over to what is currently just a bunch of trees due to bug catching, but will soon hopefully be where our museum is. If we head back to the neighborhood and then go down the incline in front of it, that delivers us right to the shopping district with Nooks and Able Sisters, as well as resident services over to the side. And if we turn around and go the other way, we can also walk across the bridge via the beach to where Dottie lives, or of course venture further, which is where I currently just store the museum, but this is also where Stu lives. And that is pretty much it for Callan right now. The island is definitely going okay so far, I would say. It just always takes like a little bit more time due to like the Let's Play style. And speaking of, actually, we'll soon be reaching 100 episodes. So I'm currently working on like a little overview of the Let's Play series in the style of like a 100 days off type of video that you might have seen before with like Stardew, for example. So I hope I can get that finished in time and that y'all will enjoy it. Next up, let's talk about a bit of a problem child, Calathea. Calathea initially started as my forever island, meaning whatever happened, this was the island that I would keep. So I would always have one to like walk around on and play on and everything. And I was very, very excited for this concept, only I didn't consider how overwhelmed my brain would be trying to therefore like make it perfect. So I then decided to loosen up the concept and turn it into a botanical garden island instead, with lots of green and earthy tones. I've been sharing that process on my channel as well, and so far we've worked on the entrance, which is a parking lot for all the visitors of the garden, along with Peggy's house, who is kind of like the ticket stand in some way. We actually also gave her interior a makeover already. From here, you can then cross the bridge and actually enter the garden. Resident services, along with Doc's house over to the side, is a little plant research lab with different plants they're trying to either grow or investigate outside as well as on the inside. Or if you head the other direction from the garden entrance, you will be led to the big shrub garden. We actually recently uploaded a little work in progress dream address of this island and made the in-between areas look like they're actually just like being worked on. You can find like a ton of tools and gyroids and weeds everywhere. And then from one of those transition and like work in progress areas, you can then also get to the Arboretum, an area that's supposed to showcase a bunch of different trees with Fred as the tree caretaker. Ever since the last video, I have started working on this a little bit more and I shifted some things around and everything. only to once again like abandon it halfway through. And honestly, that sums up this island quite well because while starting like a few things and having a couple ideas, inspiration always seems to leave me like halfway through because I just can't really see the specific things that I want to build in my head. And I have this feeling that everything needs to be like brand new and unique, and I just can't really come up with stuff like that right now. So with lots of empty space and some accidental, very questionable landscaping, this island truthfully poses a bit of a struggle to me currently. And quite honestly, I don't know if I see this island really going somewhere. Another island you might have already heard of or seen actually is my Encanto Inspired one. For this one, I uploaded a video kind of explaining the entire concept, and I also already uploaded the entrance decorating. Truthfully, I'm not making the fastest progress with this island, but here is what we worked on so far. So we have done the entrance, like I mentioned before, with a lot of like filler space further up the side of the river. And we've already done some work on the town part across the bridge as well. It starts with 2 houses already surrounded by lots of details, and then walking across the resident services plaza leads you into the second part of the town. The layout for this one is pretty much done. We've got like a bunch of houses spread around and then a big church in the middle, and we did start working on a couple more details the other day. But this is definitely missing a whole bunch of stuff still, like lots of flowers, some trees, donkeys, decorative pieces, and so on. From the town, you will then be able to walk over to the left side, which leads you onto like a cliff from which you will hopefully have a good view of the casita in the future. Due to the size of the island in Animal Crossing and kind of the spacing of everything, I had to improvise and actually lead you up to the incline, but I hope this will turn out okay in the future. So far, we've only established like the basic houses, and we have some plans for like the surrounding parts. Like all the landscaping around it will be turned into the mountains that surround the casita in the movie, with volcanoes and probably lots of coconut trees. And then somewhere next to the casita, you can climb up and walk like somewhere through the mountains, and that will lead you over to this part in the back. That will portray the big river where they were given the Encanto, or like the miracle in the movie. So we'll have a big river, we'll have lots of like pink flowers, a lot of yellow, like lots of butterflies, all that kind of stuff. But as you can see, this has not been worked on so far at all, just like any of the interiors. And last but not least, island number 4 is one that I don't think I've mentioned at all on this YouTube channel just yet. And to be fair, we only just started decorating it. Hopefully one day it will be a mint orange and yellow Kidcore island. We did already work on a mood board on stream, which seems very promising so far. We found our codes, and then we also did start working on the entrance, which currently just consists of a little building and then a street leading to resident services on one side and my own house on the other. Both Rivermouth are connected with a canal sort of waterscaping. The museum will probably stay a tent over to the side with like a little kids playground or like excavation side. And then we have continued the street from the entrance on the next higher cliff, where it will also connect to like a little land bridge. And our current plan is to have like a big plushie factory in the background. So as a brief summary, we have the coastal island with white, blue, and pink, a botanical garden with lots of green and earthy tones, the very colorful Encanto island, and a mint orange and yellow Kidcore island. And with the update on the islands done, let's get into the other part of the video. Because to be quite honest with you, I am struggling right now. I usually decorate Encanto during my Wednesday stream, Sorbet during my Sunday stream, and then record new Let's Play episodes either Friday, Saturday, or sometimes Monday, and then I'll try to squeeze in some more Calathea content in between. Meanwhile, I try to make sure that all the codes on my website are up to date, and once you add in like the video editing and some other games that I'd like to test or play, maybe even for further content, like Fae Farm recently, there are just not possibly enough hours in the day, let alone like brain juice available to me. And listen, I don't mean to like complain or whine about this, because I'm very grateful that I can't have that many islands at the same time and all, and try the different aesthetics. I just wanted to communicate what's been happening like behind the scenes or like in my brain, and therefore kind of tell you about my future plans and also I guess like justify them in some way. So for the foreseeable future, I think I would like to just focus on 2 islands at the same time. One of those those will be the Coastal Retreat Island for our Let's Play so that can just keep going. And the other will be the Encanto Inspired Island. That one seems to be the furthest along right now, and also since I model it after a movie somewhat, my brain isn't having as hard of a time coming up with things to decorate, I think. I do decorate this on stream over on Twitch, but I will edit them into videos for this channel once the areas are done. I'm not abandoning the other two, at least not yet, but they are going to be put on hold for a little while, and I do hope this will be okay, because I know that some people over on Twitch were like really excited about the Kidcore Island and all, but I do think this might work out a bit better long term because it will focus like the inspiration just onto fewer islands. Alongside some variety content where we maybe like try different cozy games, or maybe we compare the decorating mode in certain games to Animal Crossing. And to be quite honest with you, I'm still dreaming about my own 100 days off type of content. So yeah, I guess we'll see. I would love to know what games you've been playing recently, and if it is Animal Crossing, what type of theme are you working on? Thank you all so much for watching today. I hope that you have an awesome time until I see you in my next video. Bye everyone!